Hello everyone, how are you today? Today we are going to discuss another question which is very important for MRCS exam, and it is one of the direct question, and it is very easy to pick up a number here. So here first of all read the question very carefully. What is the first branch of axillary artery? So here they are the options. So here it is direct question, that means first branch of axillary artery. So first of all we have to find out where the axillary artery, then we have to find out the branches of the axillary artery, then it will be very easy for us there which branch is the first. Here the options are subscapular artery, lateral thoracic artery, thoracoacromial artery, superior thoracic artery, and anterior circumflex humeral artery. So let's see the axillary artery. Here this is the axillary artery. We can see here from here up to here, this is the axillary artery. If we see in this picture, it is a clear picture, and this one picture is very enough to cover all branches and all information regarding axillary artery. So this one picture is enough. So let's see the picture here. Here we can see here is the subclavian artery. When it passes the outer border of the first rib, here axillary artery starts. So our starting point is here. Here is the starting point of axillary artery. That means the outer border of the axillary artery, outer border of the first rib, axillary artery starts, and it is a direct continuation of the subclavian artery. So axillary artery, it is a direct continuation of the subclavian artery, and it starts at the outer border of the first rib. And here we can see a muscle. That muscle is the teres major muscle, and after passing the teres major muscle, the axillary artery ends. That means lower border of the teres major muscle, axillary artery ends, and it continues as a brachial artery. Brachial artery which supplies the arm. So axillary artery, we can see it starts at outer border of the first rib and it ends at the lower border of the teres major muscle. And this axillary artery from here up to here, it is divided into three different parts by this muscle, and this muscle is pectoralis minor muscle. So here it is now easy that the axillary artery is divided into three parts by this muscle, and this muscle is the pectoralis minor muscle. So we can see this is the first part behind the pectoralis minor muscle. It is the second part, and from the lower border of the pectoralis minor muscle to the lower border of the teres major muscle, this portion is the third part. So first part, it lies above the pectoralis minor muscle, second part, it lies behind the pectoralis minor muscle, and third part, it lies below the pectoralis minor and lower up to the lower border of the teres major muscle. So now we have to find out the branches of the axillary artery. So in the first part, we can see a branches, that is the superior thoracic artery. So superior thoracic artery, it is the branches from the first segment or first part of the axillary artery. This is the superior thoracic, and as it is named is superior thoracic, it supplies the upper part of the thorax. That means it supplies first two intercostal space, that means first intercostal space and second intercostal space. So first part completed. Now second part, which lies behind the pectoralis minor muscle, and here we can see the two important branches. One is thoracoacromial artery. Here we can see this is the thoracoacromial artery, and thoracoacromial artery, it contains four parts, so it is one of the largest artery here. Then lateral thoracic artery here. So from this second segment, this is the yellow color, and we can see this yellow color here is the thoracoacromial artery and lateral thoracic artery. Lateral thoracic artery, it supplies in the lateral systole. On the other hand, thoracoacromial artery, it gives rise to four branches and supplies the four areas such as it is the clavicular branch which supplies in the clavicular region. Then we can see here the pectoral branch that supplies pectoral region, and another branch that is deltoid branch, it supplies the deltoid area, and acromion artery, it is one of the branch that supplies the acromion area. So the thoracoacromion artery, which is branch from the second segment, this is one of the large artery, and it gives rise to 4 branches such as clavicular, pectoral, deltoid, and acromion. So from first part 1 branch, second part 2 branches, and the third part or third segment 3 branches. So it is easy to remember: first segment 1 branch, 2 segment, second segment second branch, that means 2 branch, and third segment 3 branch. So totally 3 plus 2 plus 1, that means 6 branches. So there is a third part that starts from here in the lower border of pectoralis minor muscle, and it ends at the lower border of the teres muscle, teres major muscle. And here we can see there are 3 other segments, such as had the anterior and posterior circumflex humeral artery. Here we can see this is anterior and this is posterior circumflex humeral artery, and they anastomose with each other around the humerus. And here another, we can see this is the subscapular artery. So in the third segment 3 artery, that is subscapular artery, anterior circumflex, and posterior circumflex artery. So it is now clear that the axillary artery, it has 3 segments, and from first segment 1 artery, second segment 2 artery, third segment 3 artery. So it is very easy to remember. And from first segment, this is superior thoracic artery, from second segment 2 branch, thoracoacromion and lateral thoracic artery, and from the third segment 3 branch, subscapular, posterior circumflex humeral, and anterior circumflex humeral artery. So this one picture, it carries a huge information for MRCS exam, and repeated question present in this picture. So this picture is very important for any MRCS examinee. So here a quick recap: it starts at outer border of the first rib, ends at the lower border of the teres major muscle, and it has 3 segments, segment 1 to 3, and in the first segment 1 branch, second segment 2 branch, and third segment 3 branch. From first segment, here the branch name, this is superior thoracic artery, it is the first branch. From the second part, thoracoacromion and lateral thoracic, and from the third part, anterior posterior circumflex humeral artery and subscapular artery. So it is all about the axillary artery, and here we can see the first branch is the superior thoracic artery, which supplies in the upper part of the chest, and it is the first and second intercostal spaces. So here a mnemonic you can remember or you can avoid. Here it is the screw the lawyer, save a patient. Screw the lawyer, save a patient. This is the mnemonics of axillary artery. The S for superior thoracic artery, T for thoracoacromion artery, L for lateral thoracic artery, S for subscapular artery, and A for anterior circumflex humeral artery, and P for posterior circumflex humeral artery. So these are the branches of the axillary artery, and here the mnemonics: screw the lawyer and save a patient. And here the branches of axillary artery, the same branches here. So in the another picture we can see very clearly here the branches up to here. This is the first part 1 branch, second part 2 branch, and third part 3 branches. So here our final answer, that is easy now, that the first branch of axillary artery, that means from the first segment, that is the superior thoracic artery. Thank you all.